A colorful and vibrant world that is overcast with creepy animal masks and Tim Burton-esque characters. This is the best way to describe the hauntingly peaceful town of Rainy Brook. The deceptive peace is shattered by the arrival of the Vile, a corrupting force that plunges the town into chaos. Venture to the Vile was developed by Studio Cut to Bits and published by the legendary Aniplex. Venture to the Vile is a Metroidvania at its core, offering exploration and combat in a sprawling, interconnected world. People in the world of Venture to the Vile wear animal masks, and as you grow into a young adult, you are given a new one. In the beginning of the game, the main character is a knobber, or a juvenile stag, who is given a stag mask. He then sets off to meet up with his best friend Ella. Along the way, he encounters a bully and has one of his antlers shattered. Ella, of course, saves you, and a time jump occurs, which I have to say is one of the most beautifully done time skips, introducing you to young adult Stag and Ella. They are subsequently pursued by an unknown monster, and then Stag stumbles into a dark cave while attempting to reach Ella. Sadly, falling down an unknown hole is the least of Stag's problems. Alongside not knowing where he is also being attacked by a monster. Breaking away from the creature and saving what is left of his ruined arm, he is then saved by the town scientist Dr. Crow, who wears a crow's mask that is reminiscent of a plague doctor's mask. You are then told how the town is under siege by some entity called the Vile, and your friend Ella is nowhere to be found. And on top of looking for Ella, Dr. Crow sets you on a quest to find out what the Vile is, because you have the power to absorb it unlike anything else in existence. You will meet people throughout this world who will request your aid in fighting against the Vile. The story of Venture to the Vile is one told through text bubble conversations and a well-designed world filled with lore text. Whether it's reading a book scattered throughout a hospital that describes the slow downfall of its vile infected patients, or seeing a playground empty of children but replaced with vile altered creatures and plants. Now, there are a lot of side quests that flesh out how the Vile has affected the citizens of this world, but ultimately, you are trying to find the source of the Vile and Ella. The mechanics of this game at its core are simple: jump, attack, and block. But Venture to the Vile does what all good Metroidvanias do, and that is build on top of them. The enemy's attacks can be parried if you can master the timing for each individual enemy. The general enemy types come in a wide variety depending on the region you encounter them in. There will usually be a flying type, small and large ground types, and even specialty enemies that spawn more enemies or alter the environment. Enemies will sometimes drop materials that are used to enhance everything from attack speed to damage output and more. It often feels like a Herculean task to fight your way to the next checkpoint. Throughout the world, you will find campsites that function as your save points. If and only if you rest at them, will they become your new checkpoint. So yes, if you make your way to another area and die before finding a new campsite, you will be sent back to the last one you rested at. Venture to the Vile hits that sweet spot of challenge. It's far from a cakewalk, but it's also not so punishing that you want to rage quit. Every time I conquered a brutal area or a tough boss, the feeling of accomplishment was a legit shot of adrenaline. It's those moments of triumph that really make the experience stick with you. The NPC voices in Venture to the Vile are unique. NPCs communicate using expressive grunts, mumbles, and gestures rather than spoken discourse. This unusual choice highlights the game's text, encouraging you to pay more attention to what you read. The sound design excels in other areas as well. The background music and sound effects make a very immersive experience. Each place you visit has its own distinct sound, which draws you into the universe. This is not only about the atmosphere either. The sound design predicts enemy movements, giving you time to parry and or dodge. While the sound is hardly innovative, the overall audio adds a distinctive touch that wonderfully captures Venture to the Vile's distinct mood. Venture to the Vile absolutely shines in terms of world design. Imagine a warped fairy tale world where Coraline meets James and the Giant Peach, but everyone wears strange sewn animal masks. The creepy world is only enhanced by the game's clever level design and use of vile altered creatures. As you explore, you'll get glimpses of the next area, giving you a peek at the next area you will or can explore. Even cooler, you can occasionally see enemies lurking in the background in a different layer of the world you're currently in. This layered design, combined with the variety of enemies and ecosystems in each area, offers a unique experience throughout your adventures in Venture to the Vile. Overall, unlocking new abilities and seeing previously inaccessible areas open up is incredibly satisfying, and the developers achieve this in a way that feels both simple while epic. Exploration is king here. You're constantly rewarded with crafting materials and even the occasional hidden quest for your brave venturing. While my playthrough was not filled with issues, there was a major bug that thankfully got patched out. The biggest downsides are the lack of clear direction and some easy to miss mechanics. For example, after each major boss fight, I stumbled upon the ability to increase my health by visiting Dr. Crow. It felt random, but to be honest and fair, I could have missed the text prompt. Chances it might have been player error, but I had to point it out. Despite these minor stumbles, Venture to the Vile stands as one of the best Metroidvania experiences I've had in a long time. The difficulty is perfectly balanced, the combat is engaging, and the boss fights are truly unique. Don't even get me started on the incredible dynamic weather system with its day and night cycle that actively impacts the world around you. It adds a whole new layer of immersion to the experience. For $24.99 on Steam, Venture to the Vile offers a fun experience and is worth checking out for any Metroidvania fan. I want to say thank you guys for taking the time for watching this video and watching and checking out my review. Much love to the developers and to the publishers, and thank you for giving this code to LV1 Gaming. Make sure to like and subscribe and share this out if you enjoyed it, especially if you made it this far, and also consider supporting us by becoming a channel member. But yeah, I'm Baron J67. Much love and peace.